Alright guys, we are back. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. As always, it is so great to see you here today. Now friends, we're going to be talking iPhone 12 and whether or not you should get one. Now unless you've been underneath a rock this last week, which I'm not going to judge, you probably know that Apple, or the iPhone 12 and the 12 Pro are available for purchase. Now because Apple released 4 different versions of the new iPhone this time around, and factoring that previous iPhone releases had gaps between what each model included, this has resulted in a number of questions from you folks regarding the new iPhones. Now I'm going to address some of these topics you guys have asked about, but first I'm going to show you my unboxing video from last week, and if you want to skip that part and jump to the part that talks about what you need to know before you go buying one, well, I'm going to put that time right here. So just grab this time right here, go down to that little slider thing underneath the video here and move it to that time, and you're going to be good to go. But before we get started, I do want to take a second to welcome all the newcomers to the channel. We do all kinds of photography related videos, and typically we put out multiple videos on a weekly basis, and if you want to join that party, which I hope you do, hit the subscribe button down below and you're going to be notified each time that we come out with a new video. To sweeten the deal, we do monthly giveaways of photography gear, and in order to qualify to win, you have to be subscribed to the channel. So subscribing not only keeps you up in the loop with all things photography related, but it can also help you win some badass photography gear. With that out of the way, pull up a seat and let's go! Alright, let's kick things off with last week's unboxing. I'm back in here, we're going to crack this box open here. And I also found my box, just for a comparison, from last year's 11 Pro, and just so we can get a sense of really what Apple has done here. Apple has always done a great job, a real swanky job with their packaging. You always get these thick, really nicely put together packaging. The difference is, of course, this doesn't have, as many of you know, it doesn't have the charging brick as well as the headphones. But what's funny is when I went digging for this box, one of the first things that I found in there is I just don't use them. I have used the AirPods, and before I had the AirPod Pros, I had the other wireless ones that they had there. But anyway, okay, so as I've already pointed out, I picked up so this is the iPad Pro. It is the 512 gig, and it is the blue, so the Pacific Blue. So again, not only did Apple change what they're putting in to try to reduce their carbon footprint, but they've changed the packaging, they've added all sorts of colors, and they've released 4 phones this time around. You have the Mini, you have two 12, you have a 12 and a 12 Pro, and then the 12 Pro Max. At any rate, let's crack this open here. Again, Apple always makes it, in all their devices, they make it crazy easy to get in. And so this is just a matter of peeling. And here we go. Boom. Okay. Wow. Okay, so there's no film on the back of this here. There is, let's get this up near the mic. Ooh, this is really quite stunning. So this reminds me of the iPhone 4, 5 generation, I think it was. They're really square design. The blue looks really, really nice, but one thing I'm noticing right up the get-go here, guys, my paw prints are getting picked up on this here. This has that stainless steel bezel that goes around here. Yeah, fingerprints are picking up on it really fast. It has a really nice weight to it. The different sizes. Of course, this is the space gray. This is the 11 Pro. This is the space gray. And you can see the 12 Pro looks just a tiny bit larger. And you can see the cameras there. The difference with the 12 Pro here, of course, you have the LiDAR down on the bottom right here, but everything else looks pretty darn close. Looks pretty exact. So the difference is the little LiDAR down on the bottom there. That flat finish on the back. Boy, these phones look so amazing. The unfortunate side about it is they go into a case and you really can't appreciate them as much as you do when you take them out and you have those awe moments. Of course, the speakers are right down on the bottom as they were on the 11. The weight does feel, again, it feels really, really nice. Okay, so let's take a look at what Apple is actually putting in here. We have the typical, so this is the SIM card tool. You have your charging cable here. And again, they don't give any sort of bricks, which is just fine. If you purchased, this came with a charging brick last year, and I believe this is, yep, this is the one. I have a couple of these sitting around. One came with a iPad and the other came with last year's iPhone 11. So I think one of these is an 18 and the other is a 20. If you don't have one of these, I think the Apple sells them for like 20 bucks. And I'll also put a link down below. There's another one which is a little bit less, which is a 20 as well. So I'm guessing this thing has, this is a 256. And I have like 88 gigs free on it, so I have about 160 gigs on here. I'm guessing this is going to take probably a good couple of hours for this to, okay, United States, okay, quick start. So I'm not going to bore you with getting all that set up. We'll pick this up with the MagSafe and probably getting out there and tooling around with this. Now let's address some of the things that you guys have been asking regarding the features of the iPhone 12 and the 12 Pro. Starting things off, MagSafe comes to iPhone. Now each of the 4 new iPhone 12 models will have MagSafe that will enable you to use magnetic accessories like, well, right here, the MagSafe charger or the MagSafe case. Now speaking of the MagSafe charger, it enables 15 watts of wireless charging, which is double what you could do with the iPhone 11 or the 11 Pro. Now the 15 watt threshold is only achievable with the MagSafe charger. Otherwise you're going to be charging at 7.5 watts. So all those third-party chargers that you see out there that aren't MagSafe aren't worth the price. There are all kinds of MagSafe accessories that you can buy, from a magnetic wallet attachment for the back of your phone case to mounts that you can mount into your car. Now there's going to be a ton of other accessories coming soon. I'm quite certain of that. Now to go back to the charging for a second, Apple has boosted the power of their USB-C charger from 18 watts to 20 watts while also dropping the price from $29 to $19. And come to think of it, this very could be the first instance of Apple making something better and making it cheaper. I think so. Opt for a MagSafe case from Apple. MagSafe is great, but it doesn't work well if you wrap your phone in a third-party case. If you want a case, spring for a MagSafe compliant one from Apple. Apple has added all kinds of magnets in their cases that's going to ensure that you're getting the strongest magnet connection in case you want to add additional accessories. All iPhone 12 models support 5G and have OLED display. Now, if all you're after is the 5G, you don't have to shell out the top dollar for an iPhone 12 Pro Max. All the iPhone 12 models support 5G, so you can save a few $100 and opt for the iPhone 12 or the 12 mini and still get those 3.5 gigabits per second speeds. Now, something to throw in here, don't automatically upgrade your wireless plan and assume that you're going to get those 5G lightning speeds. So last week when I picked this thing up, I had to drive up to Santa Ana to a Verizon store up there that had the model that I wanted. Now, I was getting ready to upgrade my Verizon plan to the 5G, thinking, hey, I want the speed. Who doesn't? Then I happened to ask, okay, are there 5G? Is there 5G all over Southern California? And the guy told me that, well, no, there's just 5G in Los Angeles, there's a 5G in Anaheim, and there's 5G in San Diego. So what that means is I live in Irvine. There's no 5G here yet. And he wasn't able to give me a clear picture, and also hinted that it could be months or possibly into 2021 before 5G would be available in my area. And seeing that, I rarely get up to Los Angeles, I very rarely get up to Anaheim, and I very rarely get down to San Diego. So in all reality, right now, for me to upgrade my Verizon plan, there's no benefit, and it actually costs more. It's $15 per phone more than what I'm paying right now. So I opted out of it. So I would make the recommendations before you go upping your plan. Ask them if there's 5G available in your where you spend most of your time with your phone. Because if it's not, that might be a good indicator to save yourself a few bucks, keep the plan that you have. I mean, get the phone if that's what you want, if you're picking it up for other reasons other than the 5G. But in terms of your plan, save a few bucks. Upgrade it when they have the 5G available in your area. Now, another feature that's coming to all the 4 iPhone 12 models is the OLED Super Retina XDR display. Now, while the size of the display varies, the quality of the display does not. The Pro models does have a higher brightness threshold, but across the board, you basically get the same OLED screen. Night mode is available on all models. Night mode is a feature that you might only expect on the Pro models, but Apple has integrated it into the 2 less expensive iPhone models as well. Now, what's more, night mode is available on all cameras, both front and back. Low light shooting also gets a boost because the wide angle lens on the iPhone 12 has a wider 1.6 aperture than the 1.8 aperture on the iPhone 11. Now, according to Apple, this change results in a 27% increase in light being captured here. Now, the iPhone 12 models also get what's called night portrait mode. This mode is made possible because of the LiDAR scanner on the back of the Pro models, and that's that little dot right there. The LiDAR scanner enables the phone to be able to create 3D maps of the scene and also allows the phone to autofocus system to work much more quickly. The result of this is a much more capable camera for low light shooting than what you find on the other iPhone 12 models. Beware of the iPhone 12 mini battery life. Now, if you're leaning towards getting a mini, just be aware that because the phone is so small, it has a smaller battery life to match. Independent studies show that the mini's battery life is 21% smaller than the iPhone 12, and friend, that is not a small difference. So if battery life is a concern for you, it's probably better to fork out the extra $100 to get the better battery life that is in the iPhone 12, or what the iPhone 12 offers rather. Pro models get Apple Pro RAW. Shooting in RAW enables you to get more creative in post-processing because RAW files retain all the image that hits the image sensor. One of the advantages of using your phone as a camera is that all that fancy computational photography gadgets like Smart to HDR make instantaneous improvements to your images. Apple Pro RAW combines the benefits of RAW and the benefits of computational photography and gets it into one badass app. No charger or headphones. Now, we've grown accustomed to getting earbuds and a charger with each new iPhone purchase, but that's not going to happen anymore. Now, Apple wanted to reduce their carbon footprint, or that's what they're saying, so these items are no longer going to be bundled in with new iPhones. Now, most of us already have plenty of headphones and chargers anyways, but of course, if you have a slow lightning charger, it's going to take longer for your iPhone 12 or 12 Pro to charge. So actually, check out the description below for a link to a fast lightning charger that you can get for your iPhone. And while we're at it, I personally like the braided charging cables more than the ones that Apple sends out, mainly because they're much more durable and, well, hell, they look better. Again, check the description below for a link to a great braided lightning cable. Next, Pro models have double the storage. Now, if you have an 11 Pro, you probably know that the storage options for that phone started at 64 gigs and went up to 256 gigs. But the iPhone 12 Pro models double that with a 128 gig of storage at the base range and going all the way up to 512 gigs as the top option. Now, RAM also has been increased on the 12 Pro. It has 6 gigs of RAM, whereas the 11 Pro just had 4 gigs. Next, upgrade your storage at the start. Now, since you can't add storage later on, it's a good idea to really max out your storage when you order one of these things. Now, on the iPhone 12, for example, you can double your storage from 64 gigs up to 128 for just 50 bucks. And that's a great buy, especially if you're like me and you have a million photos and videos. Well, I don't have a million photos, but you get the point. If you have a lot of stuff on your phone, taking up a lot of storage space for 50 bucks to double it's a pretty good deal. Pro models are better for photography and videography. Now, I did a video the other day comparing the 12 and the 12 Pro, and one of the primary differences is the quality of the cameras. Though the ultra-wide angle, and the front cameras are the same, the 12 Pro has the addition of the telephoto lens, which has a 2x zoom in and out. Additionally, the iPhone 12 Pro has improved optical zoom, including 4x optical zoom range and up to a 10x digital zoom. It also has 6x faster autofocus in low light situations as well. The Pro also has image stabilization on the wide angle and telephoto lenses, whereas the iPhone 12 only has stabilization on the wide lens. Combined with the night portrait mode, LiDAR scanner, and the Apple ProRAW that I discussed earlier, you can see why the 12 Pro is a much more capable camera. Now let's not forget that the 12 Pro also has better video capabilities as well. It offers HDR video with Dolby Vision at up to 60 frames per second, whereas the 12 maxes out at 30 frames per second. Now the 12 Pro also has 1x optical zoom in and out, plus 4x optical zoom and digital zoom up to 6x when recording video. Now the iPhone 12 has a 2x optical zoom out and a digital zoom up to 3x. Of course, the iPhone Pro Max kicks the photography and videography specs up just a tad. Well, actually it's more than a tad as they're saying here, but we're going to discuss its capabilities and compare that to the 12 Pro in a future video. Get an iPhone 12 instead of an 11 Pro. Now here's a question we've been seeing a lot in the last week, and I get it. It might be tempting to find an iPhone 11 Pro on the cheap now that the 12 has arrived, but that would be a mistake. The normal iPhone 12 has an OLED display, it has a better camera, though it's one less camera. 5G service is thinner, and it has the new chassis design as well. Seriously, if you're shelling out that kind of money for a new phone, the iPhone 12 is a much better buy than the iPhone 11 Pro. Prices didn't change much. Now the iPhone 11 went on sale last year in the US for $699, while the 11 Pro was $999 and the 11 Pro Max was $1099. Now the iPhone 12 Pro and the Pro Max have the same prices, but the 12 has shot up $100 to $799. Now the iPhone Mini is a base price, or has a base price of $699, thus the price jump for the iPhone 12. Okay guys, that's enough iPhone talk. Let's get to our current giveaway. Here are the prizes that we have in the mix for this time around. We have the f-stop Dalston backpack, we have the Wander Dual Day Pack, and we have the $100 Adorama gift card. Now entering the giveaway is really simple. Step 1, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more of our videos that you watch and leave a comment on, the more chances that you have to win. So get watching some of our other videos and leave some comments. Step 3, register on PhotographyTalk and introduce yourself in the forum. Now, if you introduce yourself in our forum during one of the last giveaways, you are still eligible to win. But as I keep saying, swing on by, say hello. It would be great to see you. And friend, that is it. For complete details on the giveaway, including how to register on PhotographyTalk and how to say hello in our forum, check out the description below. Good luck. There you go, my friend. That was a fun video to put together. Now, I will give you a kind of a sneak hint towards what's coming. For the last week, I've been playing around with the 11 Pro, or I'm sorry, the 12 Pro here, and comparing it to the 11 Pro. I can tell you, there's some differences here, some very good differences, but that's going to be coming in a future video. So if you found some value in this video, if I was able to help you make a more educated decision on which iPhone is best for you, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. If you're currently not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, smash that bell. Just jab it so you're notified each time that we come out with a new video. All right, my friend, I'm gonna go jumping out here. It's getting about that time for dinner right now, and you get out there, stay healthy, and create your best shot.